What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the C's Monroe Show. I am your host, and today we're here to talk about Evil Dead Rise. This film wastes no time getting into the action. At the very beginning, we kind of get a glimpse of what we're going to be going through for the rest of the film. Now, they pull back because they kind of show what's going to happen a day later, so they went into a day earlier, and that's where we end up with the main storyline that we've been seeing in the trailers. Now, I know what you're thinking. We're kind of tired of these horror, demonic films. You're not going to be tired of this one. Honestly, reason being is real creepy, it's real scary. Me personally, I like the creepiness. I love the scariness. I did not love the storyline too much, and that's what kind of took me out of this film. Reason being, the last Evil Dead film in 2013, I felt like it was a decent storyline. This storyline, it felt kind of rushed, kind of forced. And another thing I love about the Evil Dead movies is they work with practical effects. And this was a lot of CGI going on. And it kind of, again, took me out of the film. Me personally didn't know anything about practical effects after the 2000s, to be honest with you. Because in 2013, when they did Evil Dead, it was all practical effects. And that's when it was made a major thing. And I started looking at horror films. I started looking at a lot of the effects and things that were going on and what was happening in films and how they were doing it. And you can really tell practical from CGI. Now, there's films that get very close with it, but there's also films that just do away with it. And this film only had a $15 million to $20 million budget, so I'm guessing there was not a lot of CGI budget there. Secondly, I like to go in to say that I feel like you guys are going to love this film. Reason being, again, it's very scary, it's very creepy, and it's something you love. It's not long. It's a 90-minute runtime, 93-minute runtime, somewhere around there. It's entertaining all the way through. Again, the reason why I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would is the storyline lacked feeling. I felt like there was a scene, this is not a spoiler because you've seen it in the trailer, the scene where the mom is there cooking the eggs. In my mind, she's cooking the eggs because it's morning time. That is not the case, and it was the most random act that she could have pulled in this film because it made no sense for her to even start doing that. A lot of foreshadowing in the film where you see a lot of the things that they're going to be used later on, and it starts off like instantly, and I didn't like that either. It's like, ease me into the foreshadowing. I shouldn't be able to point out foreshadowing that soon, like that easy. They need to do a little better there, so work with that. Also, another thing, my third thing about this film, I didn't realize that this is Warner Brothers as well. If you guys don't know, Warner Brothers makes some of my favorite horror films, like The Conjuring. I'm not going to say It, the first It film, because I don't feel like that was scary enough to be considered a horror film, but I guess we're just going to say that. But it had great story, so that's why I enjoyed it. Not because it was scary, but it had a great story. So I feel like Warner Brothers is taking over the game when it comes to these horror movies. Paramount they have Scream, so I feel like they're doing things with Scream. Universal, they have Jordan Peele, so I feel like that's why Jordan Peele is releasing the movie either the end of this year or the end of 2024. Either way, I feel like we're in this race to get these horror movies out because they know they do very well at box office on a very small budget. So, yeah, there you go. The film, all the way through, I thought it was enjoyable. That's what I'm looking to say. It was an enjoyable film. It's kind of crazy because it's horror, but it was an enjoyable film. I felt like it didn't waste no time. Again, they had a 93-minute runtime, short and sweet, to the point. And that probably is where they lacked with the character building, because again, you only have 93 minutes. What are you going to do in that time frame, right? So I give it that. Again, this movie actually deserves to do very well versus a Scream 6 or a Saw 17. So I feel like it's going to do okay at box office, but it's not going to do gangbusters like these other horror films. It's not relatable. And I feel like that takes people out of the story as well, because it's not really bound. It's kind of like superhero films, like Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, not Captain America Civil War, but Captain America Winter Soldier. You enjoyed it because it was grounded to earth. In this movie, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Just the way that they found the book, it was like, come on, really? Like, that was a bit much. But I get what they were trying to do. I understand what they did there. So, but still, they definitely could have found a better way to put this in there. Trust me. When you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And when you see it, go ahead, comment down below like, "Sees, I get what you're saying." All right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I know I've been gone for a while. It was Ramadan. I've been doing a lot of fasting. Been doing a lot of reading the Quran. So I didn't really have time to do my show as I would usually do. But I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in again, because you always do, and I appreciate the love, all right? So I'll see y'all next time. Peace.